yeah, now that we know a bit more about the types of transferable skills that young people can gain through youth work, we can also look at the more specific skills that young people can get through work experience, which is another really important way of improving employability, as well as kind of exploring the different options that are out there. So yeah, just like to introduce Rachel, who's our next speaker, who manages My Climate Path, which is a COP26 education legacy project for young people in Scotland. So it's part of developing the young workforce, and it links businesses with young people to inform and inspire them on the kind of roles and skills required for the jobs of the future in a kind of green and circular economy. So before this role, Rachel was a senior environmental consultant, project managing kind of large environmental impact assessment projects in renewable energy and electrical transmission and urban development sectors. And since 2016, Rachel's also volunteered for the 2050 Climate Group, helping to deliver their Young Leaders Development Programme, which equips young people to with the kind of knowledge and skills that they need to take action on climate change. So yeah, welcome Rachel, and thank you for being here. Take it away.
Great. Can I just check you can see my screen okay? Excellent. So yeah, good evening, everyone. I'm really delighted to join you today. As Freya said, I'm Rachel, and I'm the project manager for My Climate Path. I'm going to tell you about the My Climate Path project, and also the practical ways that it can support young people in your future career journeys. So first up, what is My Climate Path? Well, it is a COP26 education legacy project for Scotland's young people, and it links business with schools to ensure there's a COP26 legacy for our young people and their future careers in green, circular and sustainable roles across all industries. It was created by Developing the Young Workforce Glasgow and is delivered with DYW West and DYW Lanarkshire and Eastern Partnershire. The My Climate Path pilot covers the 8 local authorities that make up the Glasgow City region and approximately 30% of all Scottish secondary schools, so has a wide reach. As mentioned earlier, Scotland has a target of net zero emissions of all greenhouse gases by 2045, and to achieve this, we need jobs and businesses to transition and have a green focus, and we need people to fill these green jobs. So My Climate Path aims to help young people understand the pathways to green jobs across all sectors. And since our launch in September 2021, we have empowered almost 4,000 young people through a series of initiatives, including workshops, webinars, work experience, competitions, and long-term employer support. We recognise the importance of getting all industries involved, as again, it was mentioned before, all sectors will need to transition to meet Scotland's climate targets. So the initiatives under My Climate Path focused on a range of sectors. For example, the Design, Engineer, Construct virtual work experience programme had pupils designing a net zero restaurant. A sustainable fashion festival raised awareness of the impact of fast fashion and showcased Scotland's sustainable fashion businesses. We created a bespoke digital learning package, which highlighted the roles that businesses have in reducing greenhouse gases. And we also did a circular economy challenge with Young Enterprise Scotland, which had young people developing their entrepreneurial skills to design a product or service where nothing is wasted. Our flagship initiative is the Climate Heroes Initiative, and this matches an industry professional who is working in a sustainable, green or circular role with each of the secondary schools as their climate hero. And the Climate Hero offers work experience. They also contextualise pathways to the green and circular jobs, and they also enhance the curriculum with real life examples. So this also helps develop a skilled and talented work-ready young people to grow Scotland's businesses. And currently we have over 50 climate heroes matched with schools. And as you can see from the slide, there is representation across all sectors, including creative industries, finance, tourism and hospitality, and construction. The slide highlights the climate heroes we have, and their roles that they hold range from fairly traditional green jobs, such as environmental and sustainability advisor or a renewables consents manager, to less obvious green roles, such as the owner of a 3D printing company or a community benefit coordinator at a construction firm. And it's hoped that My Climate Path will be rolled out nationally, and there'll be a climate hero matched with every secondary school in Scotland. And they'll be able to give real life examples of where your subjects are used in their day-to-day jobs, and also provide inspiration on their career pathway. And they all have different pathways to get to their current role. And as was touched on before, there's just so many green, sustainable and circular jobs out there, and many that aren't even created yet. According to a PwC report, the share of green jobs created is higher in Scotland than anywhere else in the UK. And it just shows that there's so much possibility just here in Scotland. There's no one way to get into a green job. And I really want to emphasize that you don't have to do a degree in environmental science to be able to make a difference in your career choices. And yes, while there are some traditional routes to certain green jobs, for example, doing a marine biology degree to become a marine biologist, or a master's in environmental law to practice as an environmental lawyer, there's many non-university routes into green jobs. And I've got some examples on the slide here. For example, you can take free courses to get some insights into different green jobs. And for example, the My World of Work resource that Marielle mentioned has free courses that you could try out to see if a career in that field is something that you'd want to take further. Some of the free courses that they have include a diploma in electric vehicle technology, an advanced diploma in sustainable architecture. There's a fashion and the climate crisis program, as well as an introduction to environmental sustainability and sustainable energy access for communities. So a real wide range of insights that you can get via those courses. You can also get paid work placements. Bright Green Business is an example of a provider of environmental placements in Scotland, and they offer paid work placements for students or college and university graduates. These are mostly short-term, about 8 to 12 weeks, and the types of roles there range from environmental management, active travel, science and engineering, to marketing and communication. Another opportunity is through green apprenticeships, and there's a number of different types of apprenticeships. There's the foundation apprenticeships, which you can do while you're still at school. There's modern apprenticeships for those over 16, which allow you to earn money while you learn. And then there's graduate apprenticeships where you can gain full-time industry experience and a wage while you get a degree. And the apprenticeships.scot website have a range of apprenticeships that include, there's a environmental modern apprenticeship, there's countryside ranger, civil engineer, quantity surveyor, there's heating and ventilation engineer, there's a construction in the built environment, there's water treatment and safety, health and environment. So again, a really wide range of different opportunities through apprenticeships there, and for a different range of people, whether you're at school or have left school. Scottish Power has apprenticeships and has a trainee programme, and these include apprenticeships for people with National 5s or equivalent. For example, there's a logistics apprenticeship programme, and there's also a higher skills apprenticeship programme for people with hires or the equivalent. For example, there's a renewables operation and management apprenticeship, and they also do graduate apprenticeships and training programmes. For example, there's a trainee site manager role there. And then there's the work experience. So most schools offer this, and pupils can link in with their careers advisor or their DYW schools coordinator. There's a DYW schools coordinator in most secondary schools, and part of their role is to connect local businesses into the schools. So there's a wide range of opportunities available that are local to your school. So I definitely encourage you to find out who your DYW schools coordinator is and see what opportunities there are through there. And then, as I mentioned before, there's the My Climate Path Climate Hero initiative, where we match an industry professional working in a green role with a secondary school. And the Climate Hero is also required to offer at least a week's work experience in their organisation. So again, another way to get some work experience. And then finally, there's the Green Jobs Workforce Academy, which is the Skills Development Scotland advice service, and that allows people to access information, advice and skills needed to thrive in a net zero economy. So I definitely encourage you to check that out as well. And then just to finish off, I've put some links on the screen there of all the resources that I mentioned. So there's obviously various websites there for you to check out and see what options are for you. And yeah, thank you so much for letting me speak here today, and I'll pass back over.
Thank you so much. That was really, really interesting. It's really good to see how many opportunities and how many different pathways there are for young people that are wanting to get into the green industry. So yeah, thank you for that, Rachel.